Welcome to this edition of Inside SAU Athletics. I'm Grant Plim.
And I'm Noah Overturf. On this week's episode, we're featuring the SAU men's track and field team. At the midpoint of their outdoor season, the Fighting Bees have found success as they push towards the conference and national championship. It was a great showing for the St. Ambrose at the Viking Olympic at Augustana College. The Fighting Bees finished second as a team, while several individuals put up personal records and already locked themselves at nationals. Brant Williams, Joe Reinhardt, Lavelle Winfield Jr., our men's 4x800 team, and Joshua Amati have all qualified for nationals in their events, making 8 Bs heading to nationals with a few meets still left to qualify. Joining us now is head coach Tyler Mulder. Thanks for being here, Coach.
Thanks for having me.
What stands out to you about your team this season?
This year, it'll be my 4th year here, so it's just it's nice to see the kids really develop in terms of like leadership. Conference, nationals, they all have something to build off, and they're hungry for either a conference title or getting to nationals or making the podium. So it's kind of fun to see that evolve at the younger freshman age to the senior year. So for me, we're at that point where we get to see that.
What sort of improvement have you seen from your guys coming from the indoor season?
From the indoor season, we finished second at conference. We scored pretty well with a few All-Americans at the indoor nationals. And then we hit a little bit of a reset and rebuild just so they can peak again for outdoor nationals. So it kind of works out well with our cooler temps and colder weather. So we're still kind of ramping up as we're kind of pursuing warm weather as well. So I'm pretty excited for these next couple of weeks with conference and the last chance meets and nationals.
You already have a handful of athletes qualifying for nationals. How does this motivate the rest of the team?
We have a pretty talented freshman class, so it's really nice to see those kids look up to the upperclassmen who have punched their tickets to nationals already. I think they get to be a little fly on the wall of what it takes to get there, and they see some of those seniors working hard, getting those extra reps in the weight room, getting after it, moving weight. For the 800 guys, like the guys setting hot paces and just putting all the mileage in and all the work day in and day out and staying healthy. I think it's important for those younger generation to see those kids get that done, so they have something to look up to and they know how to get there.
As you said, this is your 4th season as head coach. What has this group of seniors meant to you and the team?
Well, really, I came here to St. Ambrose to work with kids for at least 4 years. Had a junior college background where we were working with kids for maybe 1 to 2 years. So it's been pretty special to just develop a little deeper relationships instead of kind of developing them and then wishing them good luck to the next college. We get to see the whole progression through, and it's very fulfilling to see that. So it means a lot to have this senior class be my first real senior class. And yeah, I think we'll have a little end of the year get together to do something for them. Yeah, I think they all worked hard and got their getting their degrees, and it'll be exciting to see them walk the stage.
For sure. Thanks for being here. Good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Coming up next on Inside SAU Athletics, we talk to senior Joshua Amati. We'll be right back.
Visit Ragged Records, one of the largest record stores in the Midwest. Browse more than 30,000 new and used records, from timeless classics to new releases, and rare finds in every aisle. New to collecting vinyl? Check out our large selection of stereo equipment to spruce up your listening experience. Find your group at Ragged Records, located along Motor Row in Davenport, and in Rock Island next to Roz Talks.
Capture a piece of the past with Trash Can Annie, where vintage meets vibrant in every stitch. Browse our carefully curated collection of clothing and accessories, ranging from the late 1800s to current styles. Dress to impress with Laura's unique style and wardrobe consultations. Find a style and make it yours with Trash Can Annie, your destination for timeless fashion.
Whether you're a competitive runner, looking to stay fit, or just looking for comfort and support, Running Wild has you covered. Locally owned for more than 3 decades, Running Wild is the Quad City's trusted source for athletic wear and accessories. No matter your experience level, we'll help you find the right fit with all the top brands for running and walking and the latest in running apparel. Open 7 days a week, just up Brady Street. Don't walk, run to Running Wild, your run specialty store.
Tune in to KALA and hear something different. Programming that celebrates the diversity of our listeners. We're advocates for the arts, showcasing your favorite music from around the world.
We're storytellers, producing award-winning news and educational podcasts.
We're dedicated sports fans, bringing you the latest Fighting Bee action from St. Ambrose University. We're a learning lab, mentoring the next generation of broadcasters and content creators. A part of your community for 5 decades. We're KALA Radio, 88.5 FM and 106.1 FM. Turn it on and turn it up.
Ready the studio in 3, 2.
Welcome to this edition of SAU Weekly, your source for the latest news and sports from St. Ambrose University.
We begin with breaking news after a vehicle crashed into a non-residential campus building overnight.
We should always have places to promote inclusivity on and off campus.
You guys got the opportunity to scrimmage against 3 Division I basketball teams. How did your team benefit from that later on in the season?
Well, I think it's just a great experience for our players.
Being able to run and be around the people that I enjoy gives me a reason to be passionate about running.
Welcome to Stingers, discussions with SAU Bees over everyone's favorite drinks.
What happens to you, though, seriously, if you drink the whole cup?
You get all your papers done. And
You're right.
Joining us now is senior pole vaulter Joshua Mahdi. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
You've had to overcome injuries and setbacks in your career and recently qualified for nationals. What does that mean to you?
It means a whole lot. I feel like the last 2 years I've definitely been struggling with injuries here and there. It feels like when one injury pops up, gets better, another one will just, it'll move places, jump around my body because I'm not as young as I used to be. And injuries definitely pop up more. But yeah, last week it means a lot. It's been like over 2 years since I've PR'd or broken the school record. So even dealing with those injuries, just pushing through them and finally getting that mark means a lot.
As a senior, how would you say you helped lead the program?
I would say I'm a big believer in leading by actions. And just, going through my warm-ups fully, listening to my body when I need, so whether or not that's pushing it more or, dialing it back a little bit so that my body can be at its full good health, I'd say.
Nice. Do you have any certain routines or any pre-meet superstitions that you always follow on meet day?
Not necessarily superstitions, routines. I just say I like being prepared, so I'm always antsy and wanting to get ready, wanting to know when I should warm up and be ready, and then when I am warming up, just taking my time, doing those stretches fully, getting all the exercises done and making sure my body's ready.
Overall, how would you reflect on your time here at SAU?
Overall, academically, there's so much that I've learned and so much experience that I've gotten being here for over 4 years throughout my internship and throughout all my classes. With all the friends I've made and all that stuff, there's not a lot that I regret. And it's overall been a positive experience. And, athletically, just all the lessons that I've learned, whether or not it's listening to your body and also understanding that not every day is going to be perfect. You're not always going to be at your peak health, but showing up is kind of the biggest thing, and doing that when it matters.
All right, well, thanks again for being here, Joshua. Good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Yep. The Bees have a few meets left in their season, with the 2 most impactful being the CCAC Outdoor Championships the first weekend in May, followed by the NAIA Outdoor Championships in Asheville, North Carolina. Good luck to the Bees. And that's all we have for you on this edition of Inside SAU Athletics. Join us next week when we talk to the women's track and field team.
Remember to check out the SAU TV Facebook and Instagram pages for our latest episodes, game highlights, interviews, and more. You can also find them on the Hive at sauthehive.com. Thanks for watching.